Hey everybody, Allie Gear here. I'm getting ready to go out on a run. And I've always really enjoyed running, but until recently, I didn't feel so good after running. So I just want to share with you a quick technique, a quick little routine to help to kind of engage your muscles, to stabilize your joints. What's really important for me before I go out on a run is to create this kind of hugging in action around my hip joints, around my sacrum, engage my core to really feel connected so that when I'm out there running, I stay engaged. Really helpful. It's enhanced kind of my overall mobility. It's also taken away a lot of that tension that I used to experience after I would run. So this is about a 10-15 minute little core routine, stability exercise. I invite you to join me. So when you're ready, let's just come onto our back. And coming onto your back, you're just going to take a moment, drawing around your belly, and then as you inhale, lift your legs off the floor. So we're going to first just begin with a little bit of deep core activation. So take your legs straight up to the ceiling, draw your belly in, and then take your right leg to hover above the floor. And then engage through both of your feet. Draw your belly in, soften your shoulders and your neck, and then you're just going to start to just draw little lines with your feet. So I'm just kind of hovering above the floor and taking my left leg and kind of making this side to side motion, almost like I'm scissoring the leg. So belly's drawing in, sensing this deep layer of core support. Nice, easy breath here. Notice if the shoulders kind of took over or if the neck took over. And then you're going to switch, bring both legs to center, and then take your left leg and lower it to hover. And then take a moment here, just drawing it around your belly, and start to just scissor those legs. Left leg's hovering above the floor. Right leg is just kind of drawing little lines on the ceiling here. Keeping that deep core connection. Drawing the belly in. Stability in the core is so important for that stability for the pelvis and the spine. And then you're going to draw your knees into your chest. Take a full breath in. Exhale it out. And then you're going to slowly rock on up to a seat. Pause here in the seat. Spine gets nice and tall. Crown of the head gets nice and tall. And then nice and slow, you're going to bring your feet together and you're going to slowly round your spine as you roll all the way back and then rock back up. Maybe extend your legs. Bring the knees out, feet together, round and roll on back. And do that just a couple more rounds. Extend, feet together, round and roll back. Last one. Feeling the belly really waking up here. And roll all the way up. From here, I'm going to have you come into all fours. And we'll take a moment, resting in all fours. Take your right leg, extend it back. Inhale, lift your right leg off the floor. Left arm extends. And then you're going to bring your left hand to the floor. Take your right foot, tap it to the floor. And then extend your left leg, pop up onto the fingertips of your right hand, extend your right arm. And then we're going to same side, knee to the floor, right leg extends, bird dog. Left hand to the floor, right foot to the floor. Left leg lifts up, three-legged plank, right arm extends. Really getting that core to fire up. Knee to the floor, bird dog. Hand to the floor, left leg extends and lifts. And then one more time, right leg, bird dog. Hand to the floor, left leg extends and hovers. Right arm reaches out. Find that balance. Hand to the floor, knee to the floor, pause. Take a couple breaths here. Second side, left leg extends. Inhale, lift the leg. Pelvis stays neutral, right arm extends. Find bird dog. Hand to the floor, left foot to the floor, right leg hovers, left arm extends. Hand to the floor, knee to the floor. Reach out, bird dog. Belly stays drawing in the whole time. Hand to the floor, left leg to the floor, right leg extends. 2 more, just like that. Knee to the floor, left leg extends, bird dog. Hand to the floor, tap to the floor, right leg lifts. Exhale, release. 1 more time, bird dog here. And then extend and lift. Stop in plank pose. Pause in plank. Push the floor away. Draw the arm bones into the socket. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you're going to come down onto your forearms. And then from here, these are like a variation on mountain climber. So find your nice long spine. Take your right knee and hug it in and take it out. Left knee hugs in, take it out. In, back. Left knee, right knee, left knee, right knee, left, right, left. Lower all the way down. Lift to Sphinx. Press all the way up to plank. Lower all the way down. Sphinx. Tuck your toes, belly up to lift you up. Staying on your forearms. Right forearm moves at a diagonal. You're going to roll to the outer edge of your right hip. Side plank here. Push the floor away, hug the arm bone into the socket, and then start to lift and lower your hips. Nice and easy. Of course, you can have one knee to the floor if you need a little bit more support. Lifting and lowering, really isolating into this side body, the outer hip. Couple more rounds. And then you're going to bring your hands back to forearm plank. Pause here, shake it out. Left forearm stays at the diagonal. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe stack your feet. Pause here, push the floor away. Hug the arm bone into the socket and start to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower, lift, lower. Couple more rounds. Easy breath. Try not to get hasty with the breath, even though you're working pretty hard. And then back to forearm plank. Pause here and pulsate. Pulsate back and forth on your feet. And then come back up to your hands and come back down to your forearms. Back up to your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, look forward, bend your knees, hop or step, top of the mat. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold in. Press your feet into the floor. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, come back to center. So a little outer hip stability now. Inhale, reach the arms above your head, and as you exhale, fold into a forward fold. Now, start to press into that left foot. Start to take your right knee and bend it. And then you're going to slowly take your right knee out to the side. And then you're going to slowly take that right leg behind you, tap the foot to the floor. And then as you inhale, you're going to press into that left foot. Right knee to the outside, right knee bends. Exhale, take it behind you and tap. And then slowly take it to the outside and behind you. Tap it to the floor. And then maybe you challenge your balance a little bit, coming into like this half lift here. Spine nice and tall. Really press into that left foot as you take your right knee out to the side. Maybe you kick, maybe you extend, and then tap it behind you. Let's do 2 more on this side. Inhale to the outside. Exhale, tap it behind you. Once more, inhale to the outside. Exhale, tap it behind you. Inhale, come forward, forward fold. Take a breath here.
Right foot plants into the floor, left knee bends. Really press into the standing leg as you take your left knee and out to the side. And then you're going to bring that left leg behind you and tap to the outside. Inhale, you're going to lift your leg, bend it to the outside or kick. Exhale, tap it behind you. Inhale, lift to the outside. Exhale, tap it behind you. Inhale, lift to the outside. Exhale, tap it behind you. 2 more on this side. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, tap. Inhale to lift, exhale to tap. Maybe for this last one, maybe one more, you're gonna come to that half lift, take it outside, and tap it behind you. Okay, one more. Left, and tap. Good, and then from here, come back to a forward fold. Take a moment just to shake that out. Nice, easy breath. Press your feet into the floor. Bend your knees, come into Utkatasana chair pose. Now, hands come into prayer. You're gonna ground into that right foot. Slowly, slowly, slowly come all the way up to stand. And then as you exhale, tap that left foot behind you. Inhale, slowly, 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 come on up to stand. Exhale, take the left foot and tap behind you. Inhale, come all the way up. Maybe this time you don't tap, you just come into that variation on Warrior 3. One more time, inhale, and exhale. So really feeling the glute, wake up here. Glutes, big, big muscle activator for running. And then from here, come all the way up to stand, arms reach above the head. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Pause in chair, bring your hands to prayer. And then you're gonna slowly, slowly ground into your left foot and slowly start to press into that heel to get you all the way up to stand. Exhale, take the right foot, tap it behind you. Stay with your breath. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, take it back. Keep the belly drawing in. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, lift it all the way up. And if you go a little slower, you're gonna really feel this isolation into the muscles. The stability through the outer hips, the strength through the glutes. Maybe this time you go into Warrior 3, letting that back foot just hover. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, come all the way up, moving nice and slow. Exhale, lean it back, take it back. Pause here, drop your foot, inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands, step it on back, downward facing dog. All right, so last little wake up here. Also get that heart rate going. These are kind of like yogi burpees. So on your next inhale, bend your knees. Slowly hop forward, come to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, slowly sit back, chair pose. Keep sitting back, all the way to the floor. Roll it back, come forward, plant your hands. Now step it back, coming into chaturanga. Pause here, move through a vinyasa or skip. Lower chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga, exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, step it forward. Inhale, come all the way up, maybe add a jump. Bend your knees, come all the way back, sit back, roll it back. Feet to the floor, plant the hands, step it back. Chaturanga, maybe upward facing dog. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. One more just like that. Bend your knees, step it forward, hop up, lower all the way back, sit back, roll back, come forward, Plant the hands, chaturanga, upward, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale. Slowly come forward, come all the way onto your back. One more time in Navasana. Isn't this fun? And then hands to prayer. Take your hips to the right, lean your chest to the left. Inhale back to center, to the right. Inhale back to center, left, and center, right, center, left, center, right, center. Cross your legs, coming into all fours. Last little exercise here. Come down to all fours. Tap your left hip to the floor and come onto your side. Hand onto the hip. And then all we're going to do now is we're going to lift the hips, swing the leg forward, lower the hips, lift, swing it back, lower down. Inhale, lift, lower up, lower down, lift up, swing it back. Keep going. So now we're getting a little bit of mobility into the hip, a little bit of movement, stability into the lateral stabilizers of the hip. Really good to have that stability in the outer hip when we start pounding on that pavement. Lift and bring it back, and lift, swing it forward, and lift, swing it back. From here, come forward back into plank. Pause and plank. Lower down to that right hip now. Hand to the floor, hand to the hip. Good. Inhale, lift up, swing your leg forward. Lower down, swing it back. Inhale, lift, swing it forward. Lower down, lift, swing it back. Lower down. Inhale, lift, swing your leg forward. Lower back down. Inhale, lift, swing it back. And just keep going with that movement, challenging these tissues in a little different way. Nice breath. Good, and then you're gonna slowly make your way onto your back. One last little glute activation here. Feet into the floor, draw the belly in. Feet hip width apart. Now energetically you're gonna start to draw your heels towards your sit bones. Keep the feet about hip width apart, knees hip width apart as you inhale, lift up. Now if the knees splayed out wide, I want you to draw them back into the midline. And then from here, you're going to start to lower. Try not to clench your butt and lift. Keep the heels drawing in. You're going to feel that sit bone wake up. Really, really good area to activate is this lower part of the gluteus maximus. Nice, easy breath here. You're going to lift up. Now press into that left foot. If it feels okay for you, I'm going to have you lift your right foot off the floor, maybe even extend the leg. And then a couple more rounds here. You're going to lift and lower. Try not to clench the booty. Easy breath. Enjoying this hug for the glute. And then you're going to lower that right foot. Press into the right heel. Draw the right heel towards the right sit bone. Lift your left leg. Couple more rounds here. Lift and lower. Couple more rounds. And then lower back down. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Take a brief moment of rest. And when you're ready, go out for your run. Enjoy. Namaste.